Imagine a society drastically transformed within a decade, a society where women went from being confined to traditional roles to having a voice and rights. This is the legacy of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk. As the founder and first president of Turkey, Atatürk initiated significant reforms that modernized and secularized Turkish society. His revolutionary impact was particularly profound on women's rights, setting the stage for a more equal and inclusive society. Now let's delve into the chronology of Atatürk's reforms that reshaped the lives of Turkish women. The first wave of transformation came with legal changes. In 1926, Atatürk enacted the Civil Code, a revolutionary move that modernized the existing Ottoman family law. This code provided Turkish women with more rights than they had ever known before. It emphasized the principle of equality in marriage and expanded the right to divorce, a significant step forward in a society that had long been bound by conservative norms. But the legal revolution didn't stop there. The Turkish Penal Code, also enacted in 1926, brought about critical changes in criminal law. It introduced stricter regulations against violence and discrimination towards women. This move was a clear message from Atatürk's government. Violence against women was no longer going to be tolerated, and the rights of women were to be protected by the full force of the law. These legal changes marked the beginning of a new era for Turkish women, but Atatürk didn't stop there. Education, Atatürk believed, was the key to true equality. This belief was the driving force behind his emphasis on gender equality in education. He understood that for society to progress, every member, regardless of their gender, needed to be educated. So he encouraged schools to open their doors to both boys and girls, breaking down the barriers that had previously limited women's educational opportunities. But he didn't stop there. He also recognized the importance of professional education for women. To support this, he established special education institutions known as girls' institutes. These institutions provided women with the necessary training to acquire professions and actively participate in social life. Further extending this vision, Atatürk granted women the right to pursue university education. This leap forward allowed Turkish women to enter fields of study that were once deemed out of their reach. With education, Turkish women were ready to step into the world, not just as educated individuals, but as equal participants. The next step was to break the chains of traditional roles. Atatürk knew that for women to gain true equality, they needed to move beyond the confines of domesticity and into the public sphere. And so, a series of measures were implemented to enable women to play a more active role in social and economic life. Specialized courses were organized, tailored specifically for women, offering them the skills and knowledge to step confidently into the workforce. Employment opportunities began to expand, opening doors that had long been closed. Women were not only encouraged to work, but were actively supported in their pursuits. A particular emphasis was placed on promoting female participation in fields like healthcare, education, and public services. This was a significant shift, a break from tradition that saw women stepping into roles previously reserved for men. It was a time of change, of progress, and of hope. Yet, the fight for equality was far from over. In 1934, Turkish women experienced a landmark moment. Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, the founder and first president of Turkey, had already begun to modernize and secularize Turkish society, but this year marked a significant shift in women's rights. Legal reforms were introduced that granted Turkish women the right to vote and stand for election. This was a drastic change, considering the societal norms of the time. These reforms placed Turkey among the progressive countries of the world, recognizing and upholding political rights for women. This was more than just ink on paper. It was a political revolution, a societal transformation. It was a statement that women, too, had the right to shape the country's future. It was a call to arms for Turkish women, encouraging them to step into the political arena, to raise their voices, and to make their mark. Atatürk's reforms didn't just change laws, they transformed lives and continue to shape Turkish society today.